Welcome to the Choice 3 AM channel, where we share the Three Angels Messages with you in an accessible way. These messages convey God's final invitation to you to choose life and blessings now and for eternity. Your eternal future is the most important decision you will ever make. So take our advice. You will never regret it. You will choose wisely when you choose life.
Thank you for joining us on The Choice, the Three Angels Messages Simplified Bible Study Program. Here we will explore in greater depth the contents of the Choice Three Angels Messages ebook. In this video, we will be covering Part 2, What Happens If I Don't? The overall program will deliver 12 individual Bible studies covering the topics listed in the contents page of the ebook. For those who have enjoyed the ebook, we are certain that you will enjoy this study. Here's a reminder of what God thinks of you. You weren't an accident. You weren't mass-produced. You aren't an assembly line product. You were deliberately planned, specifically gifted, and lovingly positioned on the earth by the master craftsman. Max Lucado. God has given everyone that ever exists the option to choose for or against him, as outlined in Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both you and your descendants may live. Study 2 Part 2. What happens if I don't? A wise father once said to his son who sought advice whether to choose between a career as a singer or as a teacher, "If you try to sit on 2 chairs, you will fall between them. For life, you must choose 1 chair." The scripture readings for study are taken from Genesis 3:15, Psalms 1, Psalms 37:23, Proverbs 15:9, 16:25, 1 John 3:8-10, Revelation 12:9. In this study, we will be looking at why making the right choice from the Bible standpoint is so important. Here we continue from Study 1, which explained from a biblical standpoint the reason why every individual on planet Earth has to make a choice. The fall of Adam and Eve. Our first parents led to sin entering into the world. The fall also led to God pronouncing a death penalty upon humanity. God said in Genesis 3:15 that he would put enmity between the seed or descendants of the serpent and the woman. "And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your seed and her seed. He shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel." Genesis 3:15. The word enmity means hostility or hatred. God caused this division so that there would be a distinction between those who would listen to and follow him and those who would listen to and follow Satan. As previously stated in the Study 1, Adam and Eve chose to listen to Satan in an act of disobedience towards God, and as such formed an alliance with him. From Genesis 3:15, we learn that God makes clear that there are only 2 groups of people in the world. 1, the descendants of the woman, which are children of God, and 2, the descendants of Satan. Question 1. How can you tell the difference between children of God and the children of Satan? Make a list of the characteristics of each group. Read 1 John 3:8 and 10. 8. He who sins is of the devil, for the devil has sinned from the beginning. For this purpose the Son of God was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. 10. In this, the children of God and the children of the devil are manifest. Whoever does not practice righteousness is not of God, nor is he who does not love his brother. From these scriptures we discover that the children of God practice righteousness or right doing and love towards each other. Those who sin and do not practice righteousness and love are not children of God, but children of the devil. Please note that the devil is known by many names, as stated in Revelation 12:9. So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. Question 2. Given the differences between the children of God and the children of the devil, how easy do you think it is to practice righteousness and love towards others? There is no such thing as sitting on the fence when it comes to living in this world. There are 2 powers that govern this planet and everything existing within it: God, who is good personified, and Satan, a fallen angel who is evil personified. Many people do not believe this, and it impacts both their worldview and the choices they make as a result. Question 3. Even though the Bible makes clear that there are 2 powers that govern the earth, why do you think some people do not believe this? Do you think that you can believe in God and not believe in the devil, or vice versa? We can all see the evidence of the influence of good and evil affecting the world. All around us, we can experience the beauty of creation, loving relationships, the birth of children, for example. Natural disasters, wars, and famine provide evidence of death and destruction. In other words, no choice is automatically choosing death over life. Question 4. Make a list of what you think are examples of good and evil in the world, and give reasons why you have selected them. Read and reflect upon the following scriptures. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf also shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Psalms 1. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Psalms 37:23. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he loves him who follows righteousness. Proverbs 15:9. There is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Proverbs 16:25. Question 5. Based upon the scriptures that you have just read, write down what God thinks of the two groups mentioned and the ways that you can differentiate between them. There is a battle between the forces of good and evil, involving every human being on earth, described by one author as the Great Controversy. This global phenomenon concerns every aspect of human existence. It has a bearing upon us as individuals, our families, and every form of social grouping. It influences our lifestyles, as well as our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This controversy also impacts every stratum of society, irrespective of age, gender, class, nationality, ethnicity, education, religion, economic status, or political affiliation. There is no escape from the battle. All are required to engage in it, whether they want to or not. Let us pause for reflection. Have you ever made a difficult decision and regretted it? What lessons did you learn from it? Now we have reached the end of this study. We hope you have improved your knowledge about what happens if you don't make a choice. In the next study, Part 3, The Good News, we will look at God's solution to the fall and the great controversy that has taken place as a result.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed this study on the Choice, the Three Angels Messages ebook. If you are on a journey of faith and would like to find out more about Jesus Christ, the Three Angels Messages, or where you can find a local church, contact www.adventist.org. If you would like a copy of the ebook, please contact info@endtimerain.co.uk. Our aim is to improve your ability to choose life and blessings here, now, and eternally. This study is too important to keep to yourself, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this good news with those you know and love. Remember, the door is open. Choose life. We'll see you in the next video.